This is what it's like to trend.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you missed in Rick and Morty Season 6, Episode 8.
Okay, I might look into it.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the more subtle and not-so-subtle callbacks and references found in Rick and Morty Season 6, Episode 8. If you haven't had the chance to portal into this episode, be ready for spoilers. Who's your favorite goofball villain? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Analyze this. It's very possible the plot of this P-centric episode was conceived as a way to simply parody this 90s film title. Puns aside, the movie sees Robert De Niro as a mob boss who begins to see a psychiatrist played by Billy Crystal after suffering from a panic attack.
All right, so who starts?
Why don't you tell me why you think you need therapy?
I don't need therapy. I just told you that. It's for my friend.
I'm sorry.
You didn't hear me say that?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If that sounds suspiciously like the premise of The Sopranos, you wouldn't be the first to notice.
And they sent me here.
You don't agree that you had a panic attack? How are you feeling now?
Good. Fine. Back at work.
The show premiered 2 months before the release of Analyze This. Similarly, Rick decides to go to therapy despite having little respect for the profession.
Okay, good talk.
Well, what you're describing is therapy, and if you'd like to keep receiving it, start scheduling your visits with Judy up front.
Number 9. Avatar. The Smith family is surprised to find out that Rick was posing as Pissmaster the entire time.
Yeah, I've always been Pissmaster.
But that would mean you let my dad beat you up just so he could, feel more confident?
Of course, that's not what really happened, but in the moment, it seems like a reasonable explanation. Jerry is the only person who questions Rick's story, bringing up the fact that Pissmaster was an alien. Summer is quick to point out that Rick avatared it.
Wait, wasn't Pissmaster an alien?
Probably
a robot.
Avatared it.
We've seen before how Rick can create humanoid decoys, but Summer's referring to the immensely popular James Cameron film from 2009. In it, humans interact with the Na'vi through engineered robotic bodies on the planet Pandora.
Welcome to your new body, Jake.
Good.
We're gonna take this nice and easy, Jake.
Number 8. The Tick and Goofball Villains. After Rick and Morty's battle against Mr. Nimbus, Cookie Magneto shows up to challenge Rick, followed by Mr. Calypso.
I am Mr. Calypso! Face me, you ugly, drunk, ugly piece of shit!
These goofball villains are references to Magneto and Mr. Mxyzptlk, known to the X-Men and Superman respectively. Rick laments that he receives this kind of attention and says he's not the Tick.
Oh, don't start that crap, Morty. I don't do anything for these dipshits to seek me out.
The Tick is a surreal parody of the superhero genre, with arguably the most popular incarnation being the 90s cartoon. Since it lampoons the convention of superhero media, it would feature ridiculous villains such as Breadmaster, and the titular hero is known for his catchphrase, Spoon!
Spoon! Calling pop culture superfans everywhere. Do you love to argue with WatchMojo's top 10 ranks? Introducing WatchMojo's first and very own party game. Bring your superpowers to the table and fight for your pick to be at the top of the list. It's all the fun of the comment section, but in real life.
Number 7. Pickle Rick. Oh, the things some will do to get out of therapy. For Rick, that involved turning himself into a pickle and then lying about it to his family.
Morty, I assure you, I would never find a way to get out of family therapy.
Of course, it led to an all-out crazy adventure that has since become one of the show's more iconic moments. After his visit with Dr. Wong, Jerry compliments him for accepting therapy without the need to transform into a pickle or housefly.
It's worth celebrating, Rick. You accepted the concept of therapy without turning yourself into a pickle or a housefly.
Rick flat out denies doing so, insisting to Jerry that on the day in question, it was just a regular fly. Later on, though, Rick turns Mr. Goldenfold into one, demonstrating he can easily make that transformation.
We need to talk.
Hey, no. I will not speak with you if you refuse to treat me and my patients with respect.
Oh, Lord! We believe that Jerry may be right about calling Rick out on this one. Number 6. Beekeeper Jerry. Jerry Smith is a simple man with a few simple hobbies, one of which is beekeeping. When Pissmaster first pesters the Smith household with tinkle, Jerry is annoyed that his lavender bush is potentially being damaged.
He's spraying my lavender bush. My bees need that lavender.
Back in season 4 is when he proudly announces that he's into keeping bees and is soundly ignored by his family.
I've been getting into beekeeping lately. Is something wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Don't I have the right to be happy?
He even goes so far as to brand his honey as Jerry's own and use it on his pancakes, which is a choice. Summer's friend Trisha Lang is into the fact he keeps bees, much to her annoyance.
I mean, it's kind of cute. Like, your dad keeps bees. How old is your dad? He's obviously beekeeping age.
Number 5. Strawberry Smiggles. Following Jerry's beatdown of Pissmaster, he becomes a viral sensation.
Damn, hashtag Flamingo Dad is everywhere.
The morning after, the Smith family gathers around the breakfast table reacting to Jerry's newfound fame and notoriety. While they're frequently depicted eating pancakes, if you look closely, you'll notice they're eating cereal, and there's a box of Strawberry Smiggles on the table. Perhaps this parody of tricks and Lucky Charms is best known for its shocking commercial featured on interdimensional cable.
Oh, I love me Strawberry Smiggles. Ooh, I hope nobody ever gets my hands on me.
The ad sees Mr. Top Hat Jones trying to protect his Smiggles from others eating them. Morty is dismayed by what he sees, but Rick is rather nonchalant, saying you have to turn things up a notch to sell cereal.
Jeez, Rick, oh my god. That's some pretty hardcore stuff, for a cereal commercial.
Number 4. Jezebel. The name is often associated with the idea that women are seductress looking to manipulate men. In this case, however, the show is referring to the news and cultural commentary website. At breakfast, Beth proudly proclaims that the site is offering cash to anyone who can demonstrate that Jerry is a bad person.
Jezebel's offering a cash reward for evidence that you're a bad person. That is their highest honor.
Jezebel, along with former site Gawker, has a history of questionable tactics, such as the time they offered $10,000 for unretouched photos of Lena Dunham's feature in Vogue.
If Donna wanted to release her own unretouched photos, that might be interesting. Asking for a bounty for them? That's gross.
The site has also been called out in 30 Rock, where it was parodied as joanofsnark.com.
It's this really cool feminist website where women talk about how far we've come and which celebrities have the worst beach bodies. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Number 3. Nextdoor app. When Jerry is offered an orb and the chance to be a hero alongside with other orb holders, Rick can't believe it.
You guys saw my son-in-law on the news. Now he gets a sticky orb. What's the catch? We're not rubes.
The two representatives of the council tell Rick they're not interested in him, and he feigns shock while quipping that he's been banned from the Nextdoor app.
Oh no! First I get banned from the Nextdoor app, now this.
Nextdoor is a social networking service where users can discuss news and events within a defined neighborhood. The app launched in 2011, but has since encountered a number of controversies where it has been accused of promoting racial profiling of minority groups, among other things.
It has become a kind of digital superhighway for racial discrimination, for unconscious bias or very conscious bias about who belongs in your neighborhood and who doesn't, and who's suspicious and who's not.
Number 2. Cool Orb Suit. Once Jerry is given the orb, he's at a loss of how to harness its power.
I'm just saying, you're the orb guy in the family. Can you please help me?
After submitting to pressure from the rest of his family, Rick agrees to build him a suit. With the suit, Jerry is able to fight crime and destroy planets inhabited by certain fascist dictators.
I'll be the same, bad guys.
Exterminate him!
Oh, shit! Oh, Jesus, one at a time! Oh, my God!
While the suit does bear a similar resemblance to the ones Rick and Morty wear on the Purge planet, it's also reminiscent of Iron Man's suit. Later, when Rick rebuilds Pissmaster's suit, the following montage reminds us of when Tony Stark builds the first version of his suit. We still have a hard time believing that he doesn't know who Iron Man is.
Hey, remember like a second ago when you pretended not to know who Iron Man was? Who was that for?
Shh. Number 1. Rick relates to Pissmaster. In a somewhat surprising move, Rick goes to visit Pissmaster with the aim of extending an olive branch. This comes after sitting in a bar drinking, finally freed from having to engage with every 2-bit villain that comes his way. He notices 2 people watching the viral video of Jerry's fight with Pissmaster, and they comment on how sad he is.
Look at him, he tried to crawl under the car. What a loser.
Hey, you watching the Pissmaster video?
Yeah. He has to be the biggest piece of shit in the galaxy, right?
Rick's sympathy towards Pissmaster may come from recognizing his own low point after his feud with Tony over using Rick's toilet. When Rick learns of Tony's death, he has trouble admitting that maybe he was a friend.
I understand. It's hard losing a friend.
You.
What?
He's not my friend.
This time around, instead of being antagonistic, he decided to reach out to Pissmaster as someone who understands how he feels. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.